Okay, welcome everybody to the very first game of round 2 in the EU bracket of the Star-Crossed Cup. And this is the winner's bracket. So this is going to be Allstars versus Is Coh2 Good Yet, which is Symbiosis Run to the Sun representing Allstars, and Siberian and Ciez playing as Is Coh2 Good Yet. We will see that for the very first game of this round, we are on Moscow outskirts, and it's going to be double Soviets in the south base versus mixed Axis in the north base. Symbiosis and Run to the Sun playing as allies, Siberian playing as Osther, and Ciez playing as Oberkommando West. So, Ciez is going to be going with a Volksgrenadier start, followed up by a Kubelwagen, so that's good. Should be able to make good use of that. This map's pretty open, so it can be important to see how the Kubelwagen gets used. He's also doing a little bit of scouting over here. I think, no, not scouting, just setting up in a defensive position with his SWS supply half-track. Siberian, on the other hand, going with double Grenadier start. Symbiosis actually going with a Penal Battalion opening. Interesting. Pretty, somewhat unusual to see that. Usually you see conscripts first and then the scout car, but this is good to see. I hope we're going to see some good use of these penal battalions from Symbiosis here. And it looks like he's not going to fall into the support role that he was primarily in last round. He's actually going to be making a scout car and core infantry this game. So he's going to be adopting a very different style, it looks like, and Run to the Sun going with triple conscripts opening for map control, spreading himself out all over the right side. So that's going to be the opening build orders here. Over on the left, some pioneers took up a position in the house, didn't see any opposition, so they are going to make an attempt at capturing the left side fuel. Meanwhile, over here, Volksgrenadiers and Sturm Pioneers making a push for the munitions, probably going to go for the cutoff here in a second. Conscripts are available to defend, as well as combat engineers and a scout car. A scout car does not have the penal battalion garrison inside. It looks like it's really just scouting around. They have engaged infantry over here. Looks like the scout car is going to circle back around to help counter this. Penal battalion also moving to reunite with the scout car, so these squads could be in a somewhat dangerous position here. Wow, very early mines getting planted by Run to the Sun over here in the road too. Not even 3 minutes into the game yet. Scout car taking a little bit of light damage. Run to the Sun's conscripts are going to move up. They get a nice opening volley off on those Sturm Pioneers, and they're already retreating. Ciez not wanting to get bled too hard, because this is a very expensive squad to reinforce, and they do have a long way to go. They'll definitely make it home, but they may suffer another model loss depending on... No, it doesn't look like it. Scout car actually circling back around over here to assist against these Volksgrenadiers, but they've already retreated, so it's not going to be able to do too much. Conscripts also amassing around the house here. More penal battalions also hitting the field, forcing some Volksgrenadiers out of this house. So Ciez is being forced to contend with massive swarms of Soviet infantry right off the bat here, while Siberian is left pretty much unopposed over here on the left. A little bit of light capture attempt happening by some combat engineers, but other than that, Siberian has no problem pushing that away with his grenadiers, and he will be able to take the left side of the map without too much trouble. And Siberian did not purchase a sniper this game. If we remember, in round 1 he did go sniper first, and that was on rails and metal actually. This time around Moscow outskirts, so I guess he thought that grenadiers would be a better call. And I think that he sure has bought a lot of them. I'm actually surprised not to see any machine guns, so hopefully he'll be able to make good use of his grenadiers. And it's actually paying off because he's been unopposed, so he hasn't actually needed a machine gun. He's just been able to walk all over the map without being stopped and just take territory. And now he's going to be reuniting up with his teammate. Ooh, nice rifle grenade on that penal battalion. I'm not sure if that's going to get away. Brought down to 2 men by the explosion. These grenadiers are going to try and chase, but grenadiers are actually not that good at chasing retreating squads. Unfortunately, no shots got fired while it was in green cover. There are more squads moving up here, but unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be fine. Very close to losing that full penal battalion. That could have been a very heavy blow. That's a weird retreat path there. Looks like they're going to get away fine as well. And we actually also have a Soviet sniper hitting the field, picking off grenadiers here in the center. Symbiosis not actually doing all that much with his scout car in this engagement. Panzerschreck upgrade does complete on Ciez's Volksgrenadiers. Oh, there's a Grenadier squad available here on the flank of the scout car and catches it with a Panzerfaust, so that does go down. Very nice. Penal Battalion's also being forced away by the massed Grenadiers. The left side is now completely undefended, so the Soviets probably are going to want to send a squad or two over there to grab some territory. But they also need to try and push back this Axis assault here on the right. Mortar going in on the church, I think? No, on the sandbag position. Doesn't quite connect. Which does mean that we now have Tier 2 being purchased by Run to the Sun, so we transitioned into that after several minutes, starting pretty heavy into conscripts and then transitioning into Tier 2, going with a mortar and then a field gun. So no Maxims from Run to the Sun, interestingly enough. And that's quite a preemptive Maxim, or field gun. They really don't have any vehicles to contend with, not even a Kuba wagon, actually. I saw Ciez purchasing a Kuba wagon at the very beginning, but I actually never saw it do anything. I wonder if he canceled or if it died and I didn't even notice. I have no idea. I think he must have canceled it because I never even saw it hit the field. That's what I assume happened, unless it hit a mine or something over here. Who knows? Grenadiers hold up in the church. Field gun sort of in a awkward position. I'm actually not sure why he has it angled that way. Sniper also moving up to take some shots at Volksgrenadiers. Grenadiers catch this Minesweeper squad. I'm not sure if Run to the Sun notices that. There he goes. We also have a 221 getting produced, and Schwer Panzer HQ going up here. This is an interesting spot for it. It actually has some protection against line of sight by this little fence, so can be kind of difficult to set up an AT gun to hit it from there. That being said, the Schwer HQ is not really defending much either. It's pretty hard to assault this position, but it doesn't protect much. It doesn't really have a line on the VP. It just kind of sort of defends this strategic point over here. But that's, you know, not all that important. But it's something, and it can, because of the way it's positioned, it can catch the Allies off guard if they're making a big push and they run right into it. He's also built it quite early. It's not even 8 minutes into the game yet, so clearly he's rushing a Lux, would be my guess. We do have Obersoldaten also coming out. He spent very little manpower in the early phases of the game, getting only 3 Volksgrenadier squads as far as I can tell, and then transitioning directly into Obersoldaten. And I actually find it kind of unusual to go Mechanized Regiment Headquarters straight into Tier 4, but apparently that's what Ciez is doing here. Usually when you go Mechanized Regiment HQ, you get one of these vehicles first. He has not activated either of the transfer abilities either, so yeah, I'm not entirely sure what his motivation was there. Maybe he just wants it for repairs, as his teammate is going quite hard into scout cars here. Oh, that wasn't good. So having that Mechanized Regiment Headquarters available back there for repairs certainly is beneficial. And I think that is the motivation, actually. Possibly thinking of transitioning into a Stuka later on. And I also wouldn't be surprised to see a healing bunker built by Siberian here for Ciez to take advantage of, since he does not have a battle group headquarters. Also, no, I did not contact Sib, but if somebody wants to leave a message in his chat or whatever saying that his game is being cast right now, you can certainly do so if you want. I don't want to steal all of his viewers. Ooh, nice rifle grenade on that. Nice rifle grenade on that mine right there. That is definitely a good alternative to a minesweeper if you can't get one into position, especially if you can catch a few enemy models at the same time. Obersoldaten are hitting the field and doing good work against those penal battalions. Penals will really struggle against Obersoldaten because their flamethrower doesn't give them nearly the range that the Obersoldaten LMG-34 does. We also have a Lux hitting the field exactly as I suspected when I saw that Panzer Schwer HQ, so that's going to be hitting the field very soon, and that's going to be a very, very dangerous threat for the Soviet snipers, of which there are currently 2, one with 8 kills, one with 2 kills. Of course, Siberian scout cars are also giving those snipers a really hard time. Probably this one's going to go down. There is a field gun in the area to defend. Fire! No, it didn't fire. It was too slow. There are conscripts moving up to screen. Oh, the sniper just barely goes down before the AT grenade can go off and the field gun finish the job. The Lux is also moving up to follow up here, just barely outside of that field gun's arc, harassing a mortar. Weird little pathing hiccup right there. I think he was considering going in, but when he saw the conscripts, he changed his mind, knowing that he would get hit by an AT grenade, and that would be probably the end of that Lux. Jeez, those overs are just getting shredded by the sniper and conscripts. I think he was trying to focus the sniper down, but it just wasn't happening for him. Volksgrenadiers charging. Grenade going out, maybe? Yes. Ooh, doesn't wipe a single model, though. And it took very many model losses on approach, so that really didn't go in his favor. That being said, the Axis have great map control right now, controlling both munitions points, both fuel points, and 2 of the 3 victory points, leaving the Allies really hard pressed for territory at the moment.
Tactics now available to frontline troops.
And Ciaz has just chosen Scavenge Doctrine. If we take a look at some of the other doctrine selections, looks like Siberian has not chosen yet, but he does have access to Spearhead, Luftwaffe Supply, interesting, and Elite Troops. So those, I would be excited to see either of those, since neither of those have been chosen yet in this tournament. That could be fun. And Symbiosis is going to go... Ooh, nice bundle grenade right there. Ooh. The looks... Oh no, oh geez, a T-70 just died. A T-70 produced by, I'm not sure which of them got that. Let's take a look. Symbiosis. Yeah, Symbiosis just purchased a T-70 and ran right over a Teller mine. That's a shame. Allstars seem to really like T-70s. They built one in round 1 as well, and certainly made better use of it there than here. Although it was run to the sun in round 1, not Symbiosis, but still. It's good to see that unit produced. It's a shame to see it taken out so quickly. Run to the Sun has chosen a doctrine, and its guard mechanized assault, or whatever the hell it's called, and Symbiosis has chosen guard motor coordination, I think. T-3485s. Mortar getting chased away over here by Lux and Sturm Pioneers. 222 dancing around in circles over here on the left side. Axis continue to maintain excellent map controls. The Soviets trying to take hold of a victory point over here on the left, but right now they're really just struggling to make any headway anywhere on the map. They're getting shut down everywhere. We do see shock troops hitting the field here, but that looks is going to be very problematic. And they really need to make a very successful push somewhere to get themselves back into the game. Lux and 222 both charging, although the Sturm Pioneers will be forced away. Oh, that field gun just kind of messed up there. I wonder why he moved it up so far. That is a dead field gun. I think that was a bit of a mistake by Run to the Sun there. Not sure what he was thinking. Meanwhile, over here, Symbiosis is going to make a push with his penal battalions, getting into nice close range with on those grenadiers, while Siberian was a little too busy microing his scout car, I think. However, nice placement of that bunker does mean that he's not going to be able to push, and if he tries to flank around behind the bunker, the Schwerer Panzer HQ is in a good position to defend, so those penals are in a kind of an awkward position. Katyusha actually firing over here on the right. Ooh. Not bad. Rifle grenade hits those penal battalions, inflicts minor losses. Katyusha barrage gets a couple hits on those Volksgrenadiers, but nothing too catastrophic. Forcing a retreat from that squad, and the other 2 squads will be fine. Meanwhile, it looks like the left side, some good harassment by Symbiosis here. He didn't try anything too aggressive against this defensive position. He will be trying to get some territory back. Unfortunately, these Grenadiers are going to force away his Minesweeper squad. Penals are going to move to respond, but the Lux continues to be annoying. Looks like the Lux has actually changed its mind. It's going to go back over here to the left. Oh, jeez, what a... Oh, man, that was a really, really good grenade. Ooh. That grenade just completely shut down that whole push. Ouch. Penal Battalion's moving back up the left side. I think they should be able to... push away. Ooh, stun grenade? Yes, that was, oh, wow, that was a stun grenade that almost wiped that squad, actually. Jeez. Panzer IV hitting the field, and Tier 3 is very common to see when you also see stun grenades. It means, of course, the Siberian has chosen elite troops, so that's fun. That'll be the very first Tiger Ace, potentially, that we will see in the tournament. Panzer IV wreaking havoc on those penal battalions and forcing retreat. Oh, geez, and the other penal battalions that just got wiped on its way back to base by the looks. Oh no, Symbiosis just lost 2 full penal battalions to those vehicles. The Soviets' inability to just shut down these vehicles has really hurt them this game. I also think Symbiosis may have been trying to pay attention to his snipers over here, bringing him down to nothing but a heavily wounded guard squad, 2 snipers, and his combat engineers. And he's got nowhere near the fuel necessary to bring in his T-34s. That is really bad. The Soviets are in a really tough position now. It's gonna kind of be up to Run to the Sun to kind of carry his teammate a little bit, but he himself is not doing great. Only 2 squads of conscripts, 1 squad of shocks, his mortar and a field gun. It's going to be really important to use that field gun just about perfectly. His Katyusha is also going to need to get some lucky barrages, but it's not going to be able to do much against these medium/light tanks. They just really need to get those vehicles off the field. It's too bad that Symbiosis went T-70 and then immediately lost it, completely shutting down his ability to counter the looks with that T-70, and of course delaying a possible T-34. If I had to guess, that's probably what he's going to get next, unless he's just going to try and hold out for T-34 85s, but it's a long road ahead to get those. Nice AT grenade on the looks. Unfortunately, the field gun was fired at the Panzer IV, which actually is going to put up a smoke screen for both vehicles. And they'll probably both be able to get up to safety unless they do something really aggressive with the looks, but I think it might not be such a great idea. Oh geez. Definitely overextending that field gun. I don't see this ending well. AT grenade does go up on the Panzer IV. Field gun might get it. It's gonna be tough. Oh, there goes the grenade, and the field gun does get cleared. Unfortunately. We have a Katyusha firing on something over here. I'm not sure what that was aimed at. Looks like it inflicted some pretty heavy losses, though, on whatever it was attacking. Guards are trying to finish off the Panzer IV with PTRSs, but it wasn't working. Artillery getting called in, too. Looks like they might just be hurling these conscripts at that P4 to try and finish it off. Through an artillery strike, though. Looks like he changes his mind and is going to fall back. The looks is also continuing to wreak havoc on Minesweeper squad over there. And Ciez has a pretty serious blob of infantry moving up to counter just about anything. Also, Run to the Sun's Katyusha, after 2 barrages, only has 6 kills, unfortunately. He really needs to get some really lucky hits for them to have any chance at this point, I think.
Only 200 points remain.
But unfortunately, it just hasn't been happening for them. Looks going to hit that mine. Yes, there it goes. Ooh, and the engine gets destroyed. And unfortunately, his Stern Pioneers are nowhere nearby to repair. Which is why it's such a shame that Run to the Sun overextended that field gun so much. If he had just played a little more passively and let something run into his mines, tried to play a little more defensively, maybe they would have been able to follow up on this somehow, but now with all of this infantry available to screen, I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe just try and finish it off with some lucky Katyusha and mortar hits or something, I don't know. Jeez, those Obersoldaten are just tearing those conscripts to pieces, they stand no chance. Jaeger light infantry, not doing much though. Katyusha barrage going out. 1 rocket connects with some Ogres, but Ciez is very quick to retreat. Should be fine. The Jaeger light infantry almost getting taken out actually by the DP machine guns, but it looks like they're going to make it to safety. This Ober squad trying to make it into a house. I'm not sure if that's a good idea though. These guards are throwing a grenade already. Oh geez, that was a nice grenade. That came really close to wiping the squad. A PTRS shot actually takes out one of those models on retreat. Oh no, the Panzer IV just caught these 2 snipers. It's not going to be able to chase, though. Can't risk it with a field gun, AT grenades, and a guard squad right there. So he does pull back. Smart move. Some harassment happening over here on the left. Grenadiers are probably going to be able to push away this minesweeper squad, though. It's pretty hard to harass with nothing but a minesweeper. You really just have no chance of winning engagement against anything, really. The exception, of course, being your commando minesweeper against, like, some rear echelon troops or something. Looks like a heavy mortar's been produced by Symbiosis here, trying to barrage the defensive position. Stun grenade goes out on the building, inflicting really heavy damage. Maybe they were already damaged, I don't know. More artillery getting called in on those shock troops, trying to force Run to the Sun to reposition while some reinforcements arrive over here. Artillery barrage finishes, and Ciez's infantry will be moving up through the right side. Of course, there's a pretty significant Soviet force available to counter here. Soviets really very quickly running out of victory points, though. Ooh, squad just get wiped by that looks on retreat. Snipers firing away at these Obersoldaten. They're going to be forced to retreat pretty much instantly. Those guards are getting a little bit wounded, though. Shock troops trying to grab this munitions point. Lots of combat going on for the center victory point as well. Katyusha firing. Ooh, pretty good hit on that pack. Repositioning. Looks like the guards were in a rather dangerous engagement again. Now quite heavily wounded, possibly going to get pushed back soon. Looks sustaining one hit, I think, from the field gun. The Sturm Pioneers are actually charging everything. There's not actually that much here that can stop them. He looks like he's going to try to clear out the field gun. Ooh, a little bit of friendly fire from the heavy mortar there, I think. Not sure those Sturm Pioneers are gonna make it away. Snipers are about to fire. Looks like they will make it, wow. Field gun trying to screen, more smoke being popped by the Panzer IV to provide cover. And despite the massive Soviet disadvantage, Symbiosis is trying to make the best of the situation. He actually has Vet 2 on both of these snipers, so he has certainly been inflicting a lot of losses there, but they're just not there for map control. And that's actually going to conclude the game. I guess they thought that they weren't going to be able to come back. Their map situation was too dire. Certainly bringing it down from 497 victory points would be no easy feat. So wow, what an overwhelming victory by the Axis on this in this particular game. Let's see if the All-Stars can come back and do something better in Game 2. We're going to take a really quick break while I switch over to the next replay, and that's going to conclude this game.